Morning, everybody. Today we're going to be working on, welcome back to the Margarete Miller 2025 week 15. So this week the prompts are a stamp or sealed impression. And I have if you can see that, it's a tiny little like fake wax seal. It's made of paper. Something that flies. So I have a couple of things that will fit this. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them on there. I have a fussy cut bee that I cut out. And then I have this little tag that has a butterfly on it. And then I also have the paper. I've put some of it already down where there's a bird. Something found in the kitchen. This one stumped me as to how I was going to work it into a collage, but I had this tag, and that's coffee, because we have coffee in our kitchen. I'm sure most people do. But there's also a croissant and a plate and a cup. A piece of wrapping paper with bright colors. I'm using this one. This has already been, because wrapping paper tends to be a little bit, because it's so thin, I set it down and put a book on it for a few days so that it would be flatter. You can still see that it pulls up a little. And I definitely had wrapping paper that was brighter and had brighter colors, because this is supposed to be bright colors, but I couldn't really get it to work with, in my mind, into some kind of story. So I chose this one because you may not be able to tell on camera, but this pink is very bright. The yellow and blue is very bright. This green is very bright. So there are bright colors on this paper. And then the next item is a photograph of a landmark. And here we have the Eiffel Tower. And then the bonus is an interesting texture. I had this is just a piece of it, paper that you can, if you can see, it has a leaf, feather, anyway. It was one of the few textured items I could find in my stock of stuff, so yeah. All right, so let's get going here. I also have a few other items that I may add to the mix. Sometimes when I do the list that she gives us, I feel like it's enough. This one I felt like it needed, I don't know, it needed a little bit, might need a little bit more than just these items on it to kind of pull it together. Sorry, there are people yelling outside my, not at me, but just yelling out on the street. So if you hear anything, sorry. I apologize for that. Just neighbors calling to each other or something. Right, that's down. And I wanted to make this the focal point. So I'm going to put it right down. Yes, I did get some new glue. I decided to try out this glue that lots of people were using, and this is my inaugural usage of it. I love the tip on it. It's really great for getting glue out. My other one, no matter what I did, it kept getting stuck and I would have to clean it out and it was just kind of a mess. Of course, now that I've put them down, I have this, I printed this, oh sorry, I'm saying this. I had printed this off of some digital work I bought off of Etsy. I just wanted to use it as kind of a little bit more of a visual. I just wanted it to sort of be something a little extra down there. Because I'm going to be putting the seal. Also the seal, I don't know if you can tell, it is also things that fly. They're birds. I was trying to cover all my everything this week. Because I think I say this every week, but I really struggled this week to get the... I have a lot of fun tracking things down, but sometimes I get frustrated by my lack of product, or I don't know what it is. I'm also going to be using this tag. It says Paris Cafe. It was in the same group as my coffee croissant, and I've used, these are Brad's from, oh my gosh, I don't even know how many years ago, but I thought that the Paris Cafe and the colors fit in really well, so I decided to add this to the mix today, even though I don't need it. I just thought it added something. And the blue matches the bird blue, and I don't know, it just seemed like it went together. I was going to just use eyelets for the holes, but I don't actually have many eyelets left. And I couldn't find any that really fit the holes that were in the tag, because they were quite large in my mind. And then, so I don't know whether I should put I kind of liked the bee on here. But, you know, I have the bird, but I was kind of putting him, and I know the bee doesn't really have anything to do with coffee or Paris or anything, but it was just sort of an additional item that flew, that's something that flies. I don't know. And then, like I said, I also have this. But I don't even need it. I just pulled it out because it matched the colors and went with a general, I don't know, kind of like the bee. And of course I have to pull my saying or words. I don't know, what do we think there? Do I need the bee? feel like he could be a fun factor. He also has some of the same tones. The yellow down here, the yellow there, the yellow here. So he definitely could be there. Let's see. I have a thing that says, use your wings. Maybe I should use that one. Moving forward. I didn't figure this word. Sorry, guys. I didn't figure this out before I put this together. These are not my usual. These are some Tim Holtz ones that I got in. I think I am going to put the B there. I think he adds a little something. Sorry, I'm trying to put my glue comes with a pin that goes in it so that it doesn't dry out, and I was trying to put it wish that went down a little bit. How about I feel so lucky. I've been to Paris twice, and both times I have felt very lucky to be there. I feel lucky to visit any new country so that I can learn. Pick this up. I think it's gonna go down here. I kind of liked it also up here. Okay, I think that this is it for today. And this one. So we have a stamp or a seal. This is a fake wax seal. Fake wax seal. Oh my goodness. It's not even that early. Something that flies. So we have the bee. These have birds on them. There's a bird on my wrapping paper. Something found in the kitchen. Well, we have coffee, cup, plate, croissant. I know we don't always all have croissants. I don't have croissants in my kitchen, but bread items, yes. A piece of wrapping paper with bright colors. It's our background here. A photograph of a landmark. There's the Eiffel Tower. And then an interesting texture. That's it down there. So that is everything, guys. I'm just gonna put this on the back like I usually do. One of the things I really like about this, well, I'm working on it. There's like at least 2 challenges I do. Plus I'm doing the 100-day project. But the one thing that I really like is how different each one is from the previous one. Because this one's has a real vintage feeling to it. And the one before this was not vintage. It was the one with the ducks, right? And then next week's is not vintage at all because I've already started pulling things for that. So, oh no, last week wasn't the ducks. Last week was the sunset. So not vintage at all. But now, this one, I'm just putting it up here because I realize I don't ever put it up here so that you can see the details. But yeah, week 15, done and in the books. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a really wonderful day. And I hope you are having fun crafting like me. Take care.